Hello everyone, dear fans of Barcelona. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything about FC Barcelona. Today, we have exciting news for our club, but before that, let's talk about other important topics concerning Barcelona. Let's start with the first piece of news. Firstly, attention, Culers, some breaking news that fills us with hope and reignites the flame at Camp Nou. After a small setback in the transfer market, our beloved Barcelona has reacted with the speed that characterizes us, and our new coach, the great Hansi Flick, has personally requested the transfer of Marcus Rashford. Yes, Culers, the English forward has been identified as the top alternative to strengthen our offensive line. A decision that excites us and demonstrates the vision of our club. The unexpected turn in the case of Nico Williams, who chose to continue his career at Athletic Club until 2035, forced us to change our plans. But far from being a problem, this opened a new door, and the sports management of Barcelona, under the watchful eye of Flick, found in Marcus Rashford the perfect opportunity. This is how Barcelona shows its ability to react and adapt. Barcelona never stops. When one door closes, we quickly find another that brings us closer to our goals. This ability to pivot and adjust our plans is one of the great strengths of our club, and with Flick at the helm, this ability is even stronger. My opinion, as a Culer at heart who lives every action and every decision of our beloved Barcelona, is that Hansi Flick's request for Marcus Rashford is a brave, ambitious, and absolutely correct decision. He is the type of player we need to take a leap forward in our attack. A footballer who, with his experience and versatility, can perfectly adapt to what Flick is looking for in his scheme. His arrival would represent a step forward in building a team that aspires to all titles. It is true that the English forward is not going through his best period at Manchester United, and this is something we cannot ignore. However, his quality is undeniable, and a footballer of his caliber does not forget how to play football. His experience in the European elite, playing in Champions League matches and representing his country in major tournaments, gives him a maturity and knowledge of the game that are invaluable. His ability to unbalance on the wings, his diabolical speed, and his instinct in front of goal make him a coveted piece, especially after the attempt for Nico Williams did not materialize. Flick sees in Rashford an opportunity to incorporate a proven talent who can fit into his scheme. And this, Culers, is a clear sign that we are on the right path. A footballer capable of playing in multiple attacking positions, such as left or right winger, and even as a center forward, gives us immense tactical wealth. And this is one of the great qualities that Flick is looking for in his Barcelona. His speed to attack spaces and his ability to finish actions would be a brutal asset for our attack, bringing that verticality and power that we so desperately need. The higher echelons of our club not only appreciate the sporting profile of the English international, which is already excellent, but also the media impact that concluding his incorporation would represent. In a market where our economic margin for maneuver is limited and every euro counts, an operation like this would allow Barcelona to send a clear message to all of Europe. We are still capable of attracting big names and competing with the most powerful clubs on the continent. Rashford, moreover, is at an ideal age, 27, to deliver immediate performances without compromising the future, making him a smart and present investment for our team, with several years of high-level football ahead of him. This type of transfer not only strengthens the team but also revitalizes the morale of the dressing room and the supporters. The arrival of Hansi Flick on the Barcelona bench has brought new energy and a clear direction to the sporting project. His express request for Marcus Rashford is an undeniable demonstration of his leadership and the confidence he has in this footballer to revitalize our attack. Flick is a coach with an impeccable reputation, known for his ability to get the best out of his players and implement an offensive and dominant style of play. He looks for footballers who can perform at the highest level, who have a winning mentality and understand the demand and greatness of a club like ours. Rashford, with his career in the Premier League and the English national team, perfectly fits this profile. It is fundamental that our club, under the direction of the board, supports our coach in his requests. Harmony and trust between the coach and the sports management are crucial for building a championship team and consolidating a long-term project. And Flick's insistence on Rashford demonstrates that he sees in this footballer the potential not only to be a good player but also to become a key piece under his command and make a significant difference in important matches. This is not a random transfer or just any name. It is a well-thought-out and well-argued decision to strengthen a team that aspires to the maximum in all competitions. Conversations with the player's entourage would have already begun, and this fills us with optimism. It is the first step to materialize an operation of this magnitude. Although it has been warned from England that it will not be easy to get him out of Old Trafford due to his status at Manchester United, Barcelona's desire to regain media credit after what happened with Nico Williams and to present an ambitious project could speed things up and convince the player. At the club, we understand that a reinforcement of this magnitude would serve to redirect the narrative of a summer that may not have started with all the smiles we hoped for. It is not just a transfer, it is a statement of intent. My opinion, as a Keeler at heart who lives every action and every decision of our club, is that Hansi Flick's request for Marcus Rashford is excellent and demonstrates our coach's vision for the future of our attack. He is a talent with experience, versatility, and enormous potential. Exactly what we need to continue building a championship team. Let's go, Barcelona. What do you think about the news that Hansi Flick has requested the transfer of Marcus Rashford? Do you think he is the ideal footballer for our attack and that he fits the philosophy of Barcelona? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing this great English forward wear the blue and garnet jersey at Camp Nou? We want to hear your voice, the voice of the supporters, because it is the heart, soul, and inexhaustible engine of this glorious club. Let's make our opinion heard, because Barcelona always looks to the future with its head held high. Secondly, let's move on to another important piece of news concerning our beloved club, Alan Minda. Yes, Keelers, the German coach has expressly requested the transfer of this promising Ecuadorian winger, who has shone brightly in Belgian football and is now in the sights of our Barcelona. This is how to have a vision for the future. Alan Minda, aged just 22, has been one of the revelations of Cercle Bruges during the 2024-25 season, and his offensive versatility has not escaped the keen eye of Flick. While other clubs like Real Betis and Monaco are joining the race for him, our club, guided by our new coach, is going straight for the talent that really interests us. This shows that at Barcelona, we don't beat around the bush. We go for what Hansi Flick considers essential for our project. My opinion, as a Keeler at heart who lives every action and every decision of our beloved Barcelona, is that Hansi Flick's request for Alan Minda is a very wise decision and a brilliant strategic move. This is the type of transfer that perfectly fits the philosophy of our club. Young talents with immense potential and the ability to unbalance, which we need in our attacking line. Capable of playing in any attacking position, Minda has offered a varied repertoire of performances during the season. He has been destabilizing on the wings, impactful as a center forward, and effective in one-on-one situations. These are the qualities that our Barcelona is looking for. His speed, audacity to take on defenders, and ability to break lines have made him one of the most promising players of his generation. Imagine how this type of player revitalizes our attack, bringing that spark and unpredictability that we so desperately need at Camp Nou. A footballer who can play in any attacking position gives us enormous versatility, something that Hansi Flick values greatly for his scheme. Flick's confidence in Minda is a huge boost for the young Ecuadorian. While Real Betis sees him as a future bet with room for improvement, and Monaco is looking to strengthen their team with young players who can contribute now, our Barcelona sees him as a key piece for the present and the future. We are ready to negotiate immediately with Cercle Bruges, knowing that any delay could open the door to new competitors who would increase the cost of the operation, but we have the advantage. The desire of Hansi Flick. The arrival of Hansi Flick on the Barcelona bench has brought a wave of optimism and a clear vision of what is needed to dominate Europe again. And the express request for Alan Minda is a clear sign of this. Flick is looking for hungry, bold players with the technical ability to adapt to his style of play. Minda, with his youth and innate talent, meets all these conditions. It is fundamental that our club supports our coach in his requests. Trust between the coach and the sports management is vital for building a long-term winning project. And Flick's insistence on Minda demonstrates that he sees in him a footballer with the potential to become a world star under his command. This is not a whim, but a well-thought-out decision to strengthen a team that aspires to the maximum. Barcelona has always been a club that bets on young talent. We have seen countless promises grow and become legends wearing our jersey. Alan Minda has all the cards to follow this path. His incorporation would not only bring quality and versatility to our attack, but also inject that energy and enthusiasm that characterizes the young players who arrive at our club. From the players' entourage, no options on the table are being ruled out, although it is recognized that the next step will be crucial for consolidating himself in the elite. And this step, Keelers, is Barcelona. With several major leagues closely following his progress, Minda now has the opportunity to make a qualitative leap in his career. The coming weeks will be decisive in knowing the destiny of one of the most sought-after names in the South American market. The sports management must do everything to bring Alan Minda to Camp Nou. This is a market opportunity that we cannot let pass. A young talent with his projection, expressly requested by our coach, is a priority. In today's football, where prices are skyrocketing for any player, the ability to identify and recruit these emerging gems is fundamental to ensuring the club's competitive future. Furthermore, the arrival of Minda would send a clear message to the football world. Barcelona remains an attractive destination for emerging talents, and our project with Hansi Flick is solid and ambitious. We are not content with the past. We are building the future step by step, with transfers that make sporting sense and fit into our philosophy. The possibility of seeing Alan Minda wear the blue and garnet jersey is news that fills us all with enthusiasm, Keulers. Imagine his speed on the wing, his ability to dribble past defenders, his skills at Camp Nou. He is the type of player who makes the stands vibrate and embodies the essence of the offensive football that we love so much at Barcelona. This bet on Minda is also proof of the renovation that Hansi Flick wants to implement. A more dynamic attack, with fast and destabilizing players, capable of breaking down opposing defenses with their individual talent. This is modern football, the football we want to see at Camp Nou. And Alan Minda fits perfectly into this vision. Barcelona shows that, despite the challenges, it remains a hub of attraction for global talents. Flick's confidence in this young Ecuadorian is a sign that our project is heading in the right direction, that we have a clear orientation, and that we are working to bring our club back to the top. My opinion, as a Keuler at heart who lives every action and every decision of our club, is that Hansi Flick's request for Alan Minda is excellent and demonstrates our coach's vision for the future of our attack. He is a young talent, versatile, and with enormous potential. Exactly what we need to continue building a championship team. Now, dear Keulers, I want to know your opinion, that of the best supporters in the world, who are always there to push the team and celebrate victories with overflowing passion. I know that we share an immense passion for Barcelona and the irresistible desire to see our team always at the top, lifting trophies and making history. What do you think about the news that Hansi Flick has requested the transfer of Alan Minda? Do you think he is the ideal footballer for our attack and that he fits the philosophy of Barcelona? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing this young Ecuadorian talent wear the blue and garnet jersey at Camp Nou? We want to hear your voice, the voice of the supporters, because it is the heart, soul, and inexhaustible engine of this glorious club. Let's make our opinion heard, because Barcelona always looks to the future with its head held high. Thirdly, a huge bombshell at Barcelona. Some breaking news that fills us with hope and reignites the passion at Camp Nou. The name João Neves is resonating strongly in our offices once again, and for good reason. The departure of a player of Frenkie de Jong's stature from our club pushes us to look for options in the market to maintain excellence in our midfield. And the 20-year-old Portuguese, with his outstanding talent and meteoric rise, is the player who most appeals to our new coach, the great Hansi Flick. This is news that fills us with optimism, Keulers, because Barcelona never stops, never settles. We always strive for perfection. The next star, the footballer who will mark an era. And João Neves, with his youth, quality, and ability to dominate the midfield, fits perfectly into this philosophy. But the plot thickens, and this is where our club's ingenuity can shine once again. The recent interest from PSG in Frenkie de Jong, who seems determined to leave Barcelona, could be the definitive key to the Portuguese's arrival at the Blaugrana house. The French, known for their economic power and need to recruit big names, have shown they are open to negotiation. And this, Keulers, is a window of opportunity that Barcelona will not let pass. My opinion, as a Keuler at heart who lives every action and every decision of our beloved Barcelona, is that the potential arrival of João Neves is a brilliant strategic decision and a master move by Hansi Flick. This is the type of transfer that secures the future of our midfield for many years to come. With the imminent departure of de Jong, an important pillar, it is vital to bring in a footballer who not only has current quality but also immense potential. And Neves has all of that. Hansi Flick, a genius who excites us on the bench, knows perfectly what Barcelona's midfield needs, and the fact that João Neves is the player who most appeals to him is the best guarantee that we are facing a success. Neves is a footballer with exceptional tactical intelligence, an ability to recover balls, and distribute the game with astonishing cleanliness. He has that dynamism, that grit, and that vision to connect the game, which are fundamental in modern football. Moreover, his youth, just 20 years old, gives him a brutal margin for improvement, making him a long-term investment worth every euro. He is a complete midfielder, capable of destroying and building, with a personality that allows him not to be intimidated by pressure. He is the prototype of the modern midfielder, with that touch of grit and class that we so admire at Camp Nou. Barcelona has always known how to anticipate the needs of its team and the market. The departure of De Jong, as painful as it may be, opens a door, and the ability of our club to identify a talent like Neves and bring him into Hansi Flick's orbit demonstrates once again why we are a global reference in the formation and attraction of talents. We do not improvise, we plan. And when we plan, we succeed. Frenkie de Jong and PSG, an exit to open the door to excellence. The situation of Frenkie de Jong is a topic that, although painful due to the affection we have for him, we must address with the coldness required by the management of a club like Barcelona. If a player, for any reason, is determined to leave, it is better to find a solution that benefits all parties. And the recent interest from PSG in the Dutchman could be the key to unlocking the arrival of João Neves. However, this is where my Keulerism comes out, and I make a crucial nuance. If De Jong wants to leave, let him leave, but it would be better for another club and not for PSG. I say it loud and clear. PSG is a club that, despite its economic muscle, does not represent the values of true sports competition. Their way of acting in the market, based on checkbooks and without a solid sports project, is not what we admire. Moreover, the recent history between Barcelona and PSG, especially with the cases of Neymar and Mbappé, makes it not the ideal destination for one of our players. Let them take De Jong to another Premier League club, for example, where the competition is real and the club's philosophy is healthier. If he leaves, let it be for a destination that does not involve strengthening a direct rival in the Champions League, even indirectly, and even less so a club that does not understand the essence of football. But let's return to the main point. The key is that the French have shown they are open to negotiation, and this is music to the ears of our sports management. Patience is a virtue that Barcelona has demonstrated in abundance. We do not despair over transfers. We do not get carried away by the haste of the market. We wait for the right moment, move our pieces with mastery, and in the end, we always get what we want. The arrival of João Neves, if confirmed, will be the fruit of this patience and an ambition that knows no limits. The club is planning the future of its midfield with a long-term vision. Neves' age, quality, and integration into Hansi Flick's philosophy make him a fundamental piece for the next decade. He is a player who, over time, could become the leader of our midfield, assuming the role that Frenkie de Jong will leave vacant. And this, Keulers, is a thought that fills us with enthusiasm. Let De Jong leave if he wishes, but while seeking the best option for the club, is a sign of professionalism and respect for the player, but always putting Barcelona's interests first. The idea is that, if he leaves, his departure serves to further strengthen the team and bring in a talent who comes with a hunger for titles and a desire to triumph at Camp Nou. My opinion, as a Keuler at heart who lives every action and every decision of our club, is that the potential arrival of João Neves is a brilliant strategic decision and a master move. This is the type of transfer that secures the future of our midfield for many years, especially after the departure of Frenkie de Jong. Now, dear Keulers, I want to know your opinion, that of the best supporters in the world, who are always there to push the team and celebrate victories with overflowing passion. I know that we share an immense passion for Barcelona and the irresistible desire to see our team always at the top, lifting trophies and making history. What do you think about the news that João Neves is the player who most appeals to Hansi Flick to strengthen the midfield after the departure of Frenkie de Jong? Do you think this is the ideal transfer for our club? And what do you think about the possibility that De Jong's departure to PSG or another club could be the key to the Portuguese's arrival? We want to hear your voice, the voice of the supporters, because it is the heart, soul, and inexhaustible engine of this glorious club. Let's make our opinion heard, because Barcelona always looks to the future with its head held high.